Hey, this is Gatorex, and for a while I've been thinking about some of the old Pokemon commercials, so I tracked down a compilation and we're gonna watch them and talk about them and joke about them today. Now this one is a real classic. I remember it being on like some VHS tapes, like one of the ones that I owned or something a while ago. Actually, let me turn this down. This volume is pretty high for me. So yeah, you see the weirdness of it. Now this was like the 90s, right? Or this was like early 2000s. 90s spilled into early 2000s or something like that. So he just squishes the bus into a Game Boy. He has just this industrial strength crusher to be able to crush his bus into a Game Boy. Obviously that's not how that works, you know. And it's cool, you see all the Pokemon still animated and everything. Now if it were that easy, where we could just get rid of all of our buses, you know, that'd be cool. I actually don't remember this commercial. I probably haven't seen it that much. Oh look, more crushing. Oh wait, no, that's a magnet. Or no, I'm guessing it's still gonna be crushed. Maybe it's like... Okay, no, nothing gets crushed. They just have... I don't get that then. Oh, okay, I see. So they're just saying like, oh yeah, catch all these Pokemon. And one of the ways of catching them is using a magnet at a junkyard for some reason. So it's just... Okay, it's Pokemon Yellow commercial. That, like... That doesn't seem kosher. I know there's the whole thing about, oh, capturing Pokemon is inhumane and the, you know, that Pokemon Black and Blue promotional thing made by PETA, but I mean like when the official promotional stuff is a giant Dragonite in a cage, I think they have a point. Obviously, I think this is people in the US who are handling all of this stuff, so, you know, blame them, blame the late 90s, early 2000s for all of this. Goddess Cachimus Aulis. Goddess Cachimus Aulis. Okay. And it's supposed to be like, you know, an academy and everything. Pokemon Academy with all these statues. Okay, great. We moved on past the first generation. Because the first generation commercials I feel were real weird. Second generation... Wait, a CD? Shoot, a CD? A CD-ROM for Pokemon Gold and Silver with music, trivia, and more. Sounds very tempting. You know, I actually kind of want to see if anyone has that, if you can track it down. So what was it like? If you buy the game at a certain time or something? Let's see. You can reserve each copy for $5 and receive this CD-ROM. Reserve each copy for $5, but from where? GameStop? Was GameStop around in 2001? Probably. Alright, trivia, music, and more. From what we can see, that looks like a video playing. I saw Blossom. I wonder how high quality that music would have been. I mean, it's on a compact disc, so it was probably real good. Goddess Cachimus Aulis Academy. Is this just the same? Oh no, it's the same kid in the same area? Or is it just the extended? Okay, no, yeah, see, it's a continuation. Professor Real Pokemon? Hey, yo! It's my boy Totodile. Wait, hang on. Totodile. Gonna try to watch the rest of it with Totodile on my shoulder. I don't think that's gonna work. Alright, gameplay. You know, honestly, I kind of miss the commercials like this, where it was live action people or kids, and then they had the animated Pokemon in them, you know, Space Jam style. So you've got to ask yourself, have you got what it takes? He's right now, Lugia. No, see, at this point they start getting a little better, because they get away from crushing buses or capturing Pokemon in cages, and then they go on to like, well, okay, it's still the early 2000s, so it's still pretty bad. What the heck? Okay, no, I take that back. Is that a goose? Alright, so let's break that down. Kid has the goose that lays the golden eggs, and he's trying to get it to lay a golden Game Boy? Okay? That is what just happened, right? A true Pokemon master may do anything to get it. Yeah. 5 more for my friends. 5 more? That goose is not going to be able to lay 5 more. Thank you, loud neighbors with your loud old truck. Alright, this one's pretty sweet. Oh shoot, that's blown out. That audio is terrible. What was the early 2000s? Indiana Jones looking story for Pokemon Crystal. Pull.
Pokemon Crystal, gotta catch 'em all.
Okay, that one was actually pretty neat. I would love that one. And what's actually great about it is, you know, I'm a dork for gushing about like the set design and stuff in a Pokemon commercial. But I mean, like, honestly, because look at this. It's a big temple with unknown language written on it. That's pretty great. That's some good production value for Pokemon Crystal. Okay, this was honestly one of my favorite commercials, and I would see it on TV all the time. Now we're getting into Generation 3, which Generation 3 was probably that was probably my height as a Pokemon fan. When I was a kid, right? So yeah, from like when I was a kid, Generation 3 was like a real high point for me because I was, you know, just into it. Because I had played the Pokemon Blue and then Pokemon Silver as like gifts for my cousins, right? But Pokemon Ruby was the first game that I actually owned myself. First Pokemon game that I actually owned myself, bought myself brand new. Well, didn't get myself, it was a gift. But it was given to me, obviously, brand new, right when it came out. And I had a Game Boy Advance at the time that I gotten for the Christmas before. So it was really cool. So the whole point of this commercial is that it's people who look like their Pokemon. And honestly, I think that's a pretty sweet idea, because like, and look, you got a bunch of different people. Oh, this guy. Mudkip Kid. That one I think was the cheapest connection. I could just, oh yeah, that's right, there's the Duskull Kid, Jigglypuff Lady, Torchic Girl, advertising 2-on-2 battling, which, oh, one of the best things at Generation 3. Shroomish Man, Trico Guy. Trico Guy looks weird. Yeah, legitimately, that's one of my favorite commercials and one of the most nostalgic, because that one legitimately played on TV all the time. I mean, the other ones probably did, but I didn't see it because, again, like I said, I was younger, and at this point, you know, I didn't have my own TV, but I had a TV that I commandeered every Saturday morning to watch stuff, and they get advertisements for Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. That was one of the best ones. I remember I was like, you know, that'd be really cool to be on a commercial like that as a kid, you know. But, I mean, alas, I wasn't. We should track down that Duskull Kid. Okay, so this is the Team Rocket motto. Oh, and for Gen 3, well, yeah, that's still Gen 3. Alright, see, at this point, yeah, I think now it's at the point where things aren't so weird, or there's not much to talk about or react to. I mean, yeah, you know, it's a trailer for a commercial trailer. Oh, you know, it's an advertisement for Fire Red and Leaf Green. What? Is he saying anything? So yeah, just walk through the town and you're activating your sleep powder and everybody around you falls asleep. That seems safe. That sounds like a good idea for commercial. Okay, this one's another pretty lame one. It's a weird one. Confused, right? Alright, it's another like weird one, but it's not as weird as the good ones. Oh, okay, this is for Emerald version. So it's moving through things pretty quickly. See, I feel like now at this point things start to slow down. Well, like I was saying, Generation 3 was a high point for me with Pokemon, and I feel like it was really present in a lot of the advertising. For Ruby and Sapphire specifically, I feel like now with Fire Red and Leaf Green and then Emerald, it kind of slowed down. But again, you know, it makes sense for Ruby and Sapphire because that was the first Pokemon games on a new handheld console, the Game Boy Advance, so they had to do a lot with the advertising, a lot with the promotion to build up hype for it, and boy did it, because, you know, I honestly need to take some time to talk about my Generation 3 experience, because there was actually a lot that went on. Okay, this one, well, I never saw this on TV, I don't think, but this one I remember was actually kind of lame, because it's just a bunch of Pokeballs falling from the sky. I mean, yeah, you know, and, you know, nowadays, the commercials we get are very nicely done. They're pretty clean, I guess, in terms of, like, execution. And in terms of not being super cringe or very weird. But, I don't know, like I said, that's got a lot of style to it. The late 90s, early 2000s kind of feel to it. In a way, we get something cool with, let's see, Sun and Moon. You know, we got those trailers of that kid moving to Hawaii, and it's his whole story building. That was, you know, that was real sweet. But it wasn't as goofy or funny or anything, and sadly we're not going to get any more stuff like that. But who knows? If that 90s nostalgia keeps building, maybe we will. Oh yeah. I remember shoot. I'm so sorry. But point is, I remember this because this was actually one of the first games that I actually did pre-order. because, you know, I was still into Pokemon at this time. Not so much. Well, I got really excited once I actually played Pearl version, but I did pre-order the game, and I pre-ordered Pearl version, so I got the little Palkia stylus. Maybe I should have picked Dialga, because I remember on the stylus, it's like a long stylus, a little platform with Palkia or Dialga at the top. Palkia actually, like, he like cracked at the knees and actually snapped off the top of the stylus. So maybe I should have got Dialga, who had 4 legs and was a little more stable. I mean, you know, it was pretty cool because I remember getting picked up from school and then just heading right over to GameStop to pick up my pre-order. I wish we could get more physical pre-order bonuses once in a while, aside from, like, I don't know, posters. Like, I mean, posters are physical, but they're not a stylus like that.
Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl.
Oh, that's
just the beginning.
That's loud. Or I hope it's not.
You can explore a new world in the Sinnoh region. Discover powerful new.
Yeah, see, this one they got the nice narrator. I forget this dude's name, but he's in a lot of things, and he's actually in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is coming back, by the way. Oh, look, see here? Limited edition Giratina figure. See, that's what we need. We need pre-order bonuses like this again. We need we need the CD, the compact disc with music, trivia, and more, and then stylus and the little figures like this. Dude, okay, I remember I still have my Ho-Oh figure somewhere for the Heart Gold Soul Silver pre-order. Hang on, I'll pull it up. I'll bring it in a bit. So yeah, this was it. This is a little figure. There you go. And sorry, I can't adjust my focus because I have a cheap webcam. But yeah, you get a little Ho-Oh figure if you pre-order Heart Gold. You get a Lugia figure if you pre-order Soul Silver. They came in like a little box too, so you get to you could probably keep them in the box for collectibles. I didn't because this is really cool and I love it so much. But yeah, that's what we need. Why don't we get more physical pre-order bonuses like that? Come on, GameStop, Pokemon Company International, step up your game.
Are you kidding me? Not my Chikorita.
Are you kidding me? Not my Chikorita. You know, my Pokewalker doesn't work anymore. I found it, I put a new battery in it, and it doesn't work. I'm actually legitimately mad about that. So a little cheat that I used to do is I used to take the Pokewalker and actually clipped it onto my sock so that it still counted steps while I was walking, but while I was sitting down in class, I could shake my leg under the desk and still get steps counted. That was my cheat.
I play Pokemon Heart Gold.
Oh my gosh. It's Jughead from Riverdale and some guy who looks just like him.
I play Pokemon Heart Gold version. I play Pokemon Soul Silver version. I collect Pokemon.
Honestly, having Zack and Cody advertise Heart Gold and Soul Silver was pretty great. Although I think this was after the Sweet Life ended, and I think I think Sweet Life on Deck was still airing at this time.
I use mine to find items I can use in the game. I can also catch Pokemon and connect with friends or my.
See, here I go again talking about like the setting in a commercial. I just want to know what kind of resort they're at. Of course, you know, whatever resort that Disney money can afford, and that Pokemon International money now, and now they got Riverdale money, or at least one of them does.
Brother, I use mine when I run to earn watts. I just took 5,000 steps. What about you? Hey, me too. Pokemon.
Classic Zack and Cody. And I think that's where I'm gonna end it for now, because Gen 4 really had all the last of the good commercials. Then in Gen 5 we started getting serious because Pokemon was actually kind of a legitimate thing. Well, okay, it was always a legitimate thing, but they strayed away from weird, goofy commercials. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on the Gens 1 through 4 commercials we looked at today. Obviously, these aren't all of them because Generation 1, like I said, late 90s had a bunch of weird, stupid commercials. Maybe I'll try and find them and talk about them in some other capacity. But out of all the commercials we looked at today, what was your favorite? Leave a comment below and we'll continue the discussion down there. If you enjoyed the content, remember to leave a like, subscribe, enable notifications, all of that cool stuff, because then you'll see new videos when they come out, because YouTube doesn't want you to do that. Anyway, this has been GatorX. Have a nice day.